Coming up on Unpacked, the second chapter.
I actually got a WhatsApp from a woman saying that she might know my son. I immediately recognized my mom's handwriting on the document. Look, you never forget, but you do forgive.
How does a mother catch up on 40 years?
Those questions are still open, but there's nobody that's going to be able to answer them.
One of the most difficult episodes that we recorded with Unpacked was this particular story. 2 children at the age of 13 due to a sexual assault, 2 sexual assaults, and she's here to revisit and unpack. Let's take a look.
I don't know what he did, because I must have passed out or fell asleep of the medication. 5 months later, I found out I'm 5 months pregnant.
Were you surprised that you were pregnant?
Yes, I was, because I'd never even kissed a boy. Told my mom, who I think it was, and she never did anything. She was not the type of mother that gave me the support that I needed.
Yes.
She was 3.3 kilograms, and me, myself, I was only 12 years old, so you can imagine what I weighed. One thing led to another, and we did have sex again. Well, I had sex again, which now I knew what it was.
Which was rape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I felt pregnant again. The physical support that you would think a grandmother would give to her daughter and her grandchild, it would be, loving and all that. It wasn't. And then suddenly somebody appeared at our door and said they're from the welfare. There is a document of adoption.
Wow.
But I never signed. And they said they're taking my son.
Will you ever give up the search for your son?
No.
Salome, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us for Unpacked, the second chapter.
Hi, Relebogile. It's so nice to see you again.
Before we get into the latest developments since we were last together, what was the response like after the episode went out and the feedback from the public?
I got quite a lot of good feedback, compliments, and people saying that I'm wonderful and that I'm a strong woman, and how did I do it? How did I get through all this? And I always just reply, it's just me. I'm that type of a person. I was not going to give up, and I was going to go forward into my life, and I was going to make it better.
I left that episode just praying that you would find your son, even if it was not finding him alive, because I really desperately wanted that closure for you. And I think being a parent, it was just such a hard thing that didn't sit well with me. But I know you shared an update on the YouTube comments, but I want to hear from you. Tell us what the developments have been. What happened after the show that was such a big change in your life?
Well, quite a lot of things happened afterwards. I had a few more interviews with other people. And on the 5th of July last year, I actually got a WhatsApp from a woman saying that she might know my son. And, as people are, we question this, isn't it just another person that's just trying to be funny or, sticking their finger where it's not supposed to be. So I gave my phone to my husband. I said, please read this. And he said, well, ask her for more information. And I did. I actually asked her, and she sent me the document of his adoption. And I immediately recognized my mom's handwriting on the document. And I WhatsApped her back and I said, yes, that's definitely my son. I actually found out afterwards that it was his ex-girlfriend. And we actually saw each other. It was the 5th of July. and we saw him that same day, and it was a wonderful meeting.
I'm getting such goosebumps. Just well, okay. Whew. How did the ex-girlfriend get to know that you were looking for him? Was it because of the show, and how did she get your number?
No, it was actually on my Facebook link, Son, Where Are You? She found my details on there. I had my cell phone number on there as well, and all my email addresses and everything. And then she WhatsApped me that morning. It was early. It was like just after 5 o'clock in the morning. And who sends a message that early in the morning? And when I read it, I was I wasn't emotional, but I was excited more than emotional. The excitement and shaking and, having that feeling that I'm going to see him, I'm going to be able to meet him for the first time after 40 years, which was amazing.
So, and maybe just help us understand. So, after that WhatsApp and you recognizing that handwriting, what happened? Did she facilitate a telephone call? Like, what was the next thing that took place?
She asked me if she could give my number to my son, and I said, yeah, sure. I would love to be able to talk to him. And we must have talked about 3 times that day. We actually had load shedding in between. So in between the phone calls, the lines went dead, and then we'll phone back again and chat a little bit. And then I tried to find out where he was. And he said he stays in Pretoria. And I said, well, please send me an address or a place where we can meet so that I can come and meet you.
What was the first thing when you picked up the phone and he called? Like, when you saw the phone ringing and you realized it's him, did you have to just take a moment, or were you just so excited that you answered? And what was the first thing that you said to one another when you picked up that call?
I actually was very excited. Okay, his name didn't come up. It was just a phone number. So I answered the number and it was him. I was shaking all over of excitement and I suppose anxiety, thinking, that I might after 40 years be able to see him again. And it's, I can't really explain the joy I felt. It's, it's something you can't explain to somebody else. It's an amazing joy that I felt. And it was just a very joyful day for us.
So you drove out to Pretoria, and what was that first meeting like? Had he sent pictures of what he looks like now, or was it a complete surprise seeing him in person?
His girlfriend actually did send me a picture of him, and I actually recognized him immediately. I said, that's definitely my son. And yes, we did drive to Pretoria. We met him at Colonnade Shopping Centre. There was a coffee place there. We said, okay, we'll meet at a public place. I was a bit anxious because, I'm seeing this person for the first time in so many years. My first reaction was, it's quite funny. I walked up to him and I stuck my hand out to him as to greet him with my hand. And he immediately grabbed me around my waist and gave me a hug. And that broke the ice. And we knew, we just clicked from the first moment. He knew and I knew. Yeah. And then we chatted a bit. We spoke a bit about his childhood, and he did ask me who his father was, and I turned around and I said to him, sorry, that's a closed book. I am not revealing anything. I do not want any of those people back into my life. And he left it. He didn't ask me any questions again. So after that, we still have a very good relationship. We doing very well together. We chat quite often. We WhatsApp each other in the mornings. Every now and again, I get a phone call from him. So yes, we do still have a lot of contact.
What does he call you?
He calls me Mom.
I'm so happy to hear that. And can you share what he was told as a child about his mother?
Well, he didn't go into every detail about that. He just said that his parents said that when he's of age, he can start looking for me. They don't have a problem with that. But unfortunately, his mom passed away in 1992, also in a car accident. And his dad passed away in 2008. And he does have an adopted brother, which was also adopted. They get on very well with each other. And he actually said, when the time is right, I'll help you to look for your mom.
So did he ever try and look for you prior to, this whole chance meeting of an ex-girlfriend putting two and two together?
Well, he says he tried, but his brother said, maybe it's not the right time now. You need to get your life sorted out first, and then, I'll help you to look for your mom.
So when you put the pieces together, what do you feel like actually happened that day when your son was taken away from you?
I don't know. I don't really look. It was sad. I often think, things could have turned out much differently, but no, it's past, it's gone, and we've started a new chapter now.
Did you ever find out the truth? Did, with family, with anybody, did the truth ever come out?
No, unfortunately not. My stepdad passed away last year. I heard that from somebody in the family. So I was not able to talk to him about it. And I do have an aunt that has given me a little bit of information, but nothing has been said conclusively that it's true. So no, those questions are still open, but there's nobody that's going to be able to answer them. But I'm okay with that. I've started a new chapter in my life, and I'm going on with that. The past is the past.
But based on the adoptive papers and you recognizing your mother's handwriting, can we safely conclude that she's the one who gave him up for adoption?
Yes, that's a definite yes.
And did she sign as your legal guardian, or did she sign as if she was the mother of the child?
I don't know how to put it. I just saw her handwriting and my name on the document. It's her handwriting, writing my name down, Salome Vonita Erasmus. Yeah.
And I so just appreciate the fact that you're able to say it's a new chapter and you are looking forward. What can you maybe share with us on how you were able to get the closure? Because your mom passed on, your stepdad has passed on, your aunt didn't have, a full, complete picture to give you with all of the details. How are you able to have closure for that chapter?
Well, because I found my son. That has given me the closure that I wanted, and that he had a fairly decent upbringing. And look, he's got a bit of problems in his life, but that's fine. We all do. But finding him, that has actually been my closure. I don't have to look for him anymore. I don't have to wonder where he is. I know I can phone him, or I can send him a WhatsApp and he answers me. So that is my main aspect of the closure part, because nobody else has been able to contribute to anything. So he's the closure.
How does a mother catch up on 40 years of time with her son? I mean, you had last seen him when he was 3 months old.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but we don't dwell in the past. I'm trying to get to know him, the person that he is now. The past is not relevant to me. I want to see the person that he is now and the person that he's become. So, the past is the past. we want to go forward, not backwards, if you understand what I'm saying.
So what is your hope for your relationship with your son?
Well, that it continues with him and with his daughter. He actually has a 16-year-old daughter.
You're a grandmother as well.
Yes, I am. I have quite a good relationship with my granddaughter as well. She phones me quite often, and she always wants to talk to grandma. Yes, so, we just want to move forward and build a stable relationship where we can visit each other and just spend as much time with each other as what we can.
I honestly think that is such a beautiful gift that you gained out of all of this. It's like you were looking for your son and then you found him and gained a granddaughter in the process.
Yeah, no, it is. It's awesome. It's lovely.
Did she get an opportunity to watch your episode, your granddaughter, and what has she shared with you about her thoughts?
No, she hasn't. She doesn't have the internet or anything. She just has abilities to use WhatsApp and download games and movies and things. So no, she wasn't exposed to that. But the first time she saw me, she immediately said, "I love you, Grandma," and she doesn't even know me.
The day that she does have access to the internet, would you feel comfortable with her watching the show, considering that, you shared some really difficult, traumatic experiences for you, to even get to where you are?
Yeah, I most probably would. Well, she's 16 now, but it also has to be on her parents' side if they would feel comfortable her watching it. So if it does come to that, I would actually ask their permission first. Is she allowed to watch it? If they say yes, then yeah, I would share it with her.
And after now you met your son, did he feel that he wanted to watch you share your story?
He actually did see the link. I did send him the link, and he actually went with me to Cape Town. We did a show there, and he was with me on the show. And he said that from the first moment that he saw me, he knew I was his mom.
Oh, okay. So we obviously get so many comments on each of our episodes, and I first want to start by just reading the one that you left for us as an update, especially for those that missed it. So you had written, although very emotional, I'm pleased to announce on Tuesday, the 5th of July, 2022 at 8:30 a.m., I had the privilege of speaking with my son. He's well and living in a neighborly city. We met for the first time on Tuesday afternoon. On Saturday, the 9th of July, 2022, I had the privilege of having my son visit me at home. He also met with his younger brother and sister and their families. Thank you to this program and others who all contributed to getting my story to reach the right ears. And then you went on to say, I want to convey my appreciation to Relebogile for Unpacked. Last night alone, I received a phone call from a family member of my mom who confirmed that I had been lied to in many ways by my mom. I will be meeting with her soon to take the discussion further. Thank you all for your well wishes and encouragement. This is very appreciated. And, I'm just so exceptionally happy for the both of you. And a comment from @Sibongile Mahlangu 3048 says, her mom failed her big time, epic fail. What are your feelings now towards your mother?
Like I said previously on the show, I've forgiven my mom for everything she's done. For me to be able to move on, I had to do that. And for my own self-being. So I've forgiven her. Look, you never forget, but you do forgive. And that is, I always say that to anybody, if you can forgive, you can move on.
Another comment from Bongiwe Langa, 1706, who says, I don't know her husband, but I love him already because of the smile he brings on her face. Love is so special. What would you like to say to that comment?
Well, yes, he is. He's the love of my life. This year we've been we married for 39 years. Next year will be 40 years. So, and we still feel as if we just got married yesterday.
Oh, that is so beautiful. So how are you going to celebrate 40 years together?
With a bang. We actually going to do a Guinness World Record next year. A record by the name of Tunnel of Fire.
Tell us more.
It's actually going to be, it's a record, the first couple, and the distance is going to be 130 meters. It's the first couple on a scooter, and it's the oldest couple on a scooter.
So you ride a scooter through a tunnel of fire that's 130 meters.
Yes. That's gonna be my legacy.
Hello. So I mean, aren't you gonna get burnt?
No, we're gonna have precautions for that. It's you do have stuff that you use and that protection that you put on that protects you from the flames.
You really have brought a new level to keeping the fire alive, a whole new meaning to keeping the fire alive in your relationship. Look, please do send us the video footage. I hope you do make the Guinness World Record. There isn't going to be another couple that's like, we're going to do it first. So I hope that it all works out for you. And I really just thank you so much for coming to share an update with us, to share with us where you are. I'm so relieved and so grateful and just so happy that this is part of what this show can do. Even if you had not found your son, so many people needed to hear your story. This really becomes such a big cherry on top, and just I'm so grateful. I'm so excited for you, for all your whole family in all that you've been through and where you are. And I can just continue to wish you and your son the best of luck and light and love in your growing relationship.
Well, thank you very much. And it was wonderful being able to talk to you again and just to give you feedback and positive feedback.
Yes.
So yes, yeah, you must enjoy your day as well. And I hope you have a wonderful life as well. Just as happy.
There you have it. Salome came and shared the good news. I'm so happy that it is good news, because my heart was extremely touched by the story, which at the end of the day might just be a story to all of us, but is somebody's life. Leave your comments down below. If you've got any more questions, leave them down below as well. And of course, let us know which story, which guest would you like us to have a second chapter with, that we can find out where they are at and maybe get some of those questions that weren't answered on your behalf. Thank you so much for joining us on Unpacked, the second chapter. We'll be back together next time. Next time on Unpacked, the second chapter.
When it comes to my vision, I think I have good days and bad days.
The eventualities that you will lose your sight completely.
The most important thing is also to accept the condition, because it's irreversible. 200 rands is longer than 100 rands. 100 rands is longer than 50 rands, just so on and on. I want to complete and finish my studies and have that degree. This might be my last day being able to see color, being able to see a bit of vision.
Is there anybody that you would love to see on the second chapter? Maybe there's a question that you think I should have asked, or something that was burning after you watched and you wished you could have the guest back. Maybe you were confused, or maybe you felt like, there's definitely more to the story. Comment down below and let us know who you'd like to see, which story you'd like to revisit, which guest you'd like us to invite back for Unpacked, the second chapter.